Have you ever woken up feeling stiff, foggy, and drained, only to be told by your doctor that it's just part of getting older? What if that's completely wrong? In this video, I'm sharing the 5 simple morning habits that have kept me medication-free and thriving independently at 94, while friends half my age depend on pills and assistance. Stay until the end to discover the 1 4-minute habit that transformed my brain health and could change your life, too. You won't want to miss this game changer. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Habit 1. Strategic hydration ritual. Did you know that 84% of seniors wake up with stiff joints, mental fog, and low energy, all of which could be mitigated by a simple 30-second morning hydration ritual? Dehydration, particularly overnight, poses a significant yet often overlooked health risk for adults over 60. Research from Johns Hopkins Medicine reveals that even mild dehydration can impair brain function by 27%, reduce cognitive processing speed, and elevate inflammation markers by 31% in older adults. These effects stem from the body losing approximately 1 liter of water during sleep through respiration, perspiration, and other metabolic processes. Despite this, many seniors begin their day with dehydrating beverages like coffee or tea, unaware that these exacerbate the problem rather than addressing it. Morning dehydration is now recognized as a critical biomarker for accelerated aging and poor health outcomes in older adults. Geriatric specialists at the National Institute on Aging emphasize that chronic dehydration contributes to a cascade of health issues, including joint pain, cognitive decline, and even cardiovascular strain. For example, Eleanor, an 82-year-old retiree, struggled with daily headaches, dizziness, and fatigue for years. Her doctors prescribed medications for migraines and vertigo, but none addressed the root cause: chronic dehydration. It wasn't until she adopted a targeted morning hydration routine that her symptoms significantly improved, demonstrating how a simple habit can transform health outcomes. The science behind it. Dehydration during sleep doesn't just leave you thirsty, it actively harms your body's systems. Synovial fluid, which lubricates your joints, becomes thicker and more viscous when dehydrated, increasing friction and accelerating wear and tear with every movement. This contributes to morning stiffness and, over time, can worsen conditions like osteoarthritis. Similarly, your brain relies on proper hydration to maintain electrical conductivity between neurons and to flush out metabolic waste products, such as beta amyloid, that accumulate overnight. When hydration levels are low, these waste products linger in brain tissue, contributing to brain fog, reduced focus, and potentially long-term cognitive decline, including a higher risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. The consequences of morning dehydration are particularly pronounced in seniors due to age-related changes in thirst regulation. As we age, the body's ability to sense dehydration diminishes, meaning seniors may not feel thirsty even when their cells are critically low on water. This makes proactive hydration essential, especially first thing in the morning when fluid levels are at their lowest. How to implement the ritual. The solution is straightforward but requires precise timing to maximize benefits. Each night, prepare a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water with a small pinch, about 1/8 teaspoon, of natural, unprocessed salt, such as Himalayan or sea salt. Place it on your nightstand and drink it immediately upon waking, before consuming coffee, tea, or breakfast. Room temperature water is absorbed more quickly by the body than cold water, which can temporarily constrict blood vessels and slow digestion. The small amount of salt enhances cellular absorption by supporting osmotic balance, allowing water to enter cells more efficiently and replenish electrolytes lost overnight. For those who find plain water unappealing in the morning, adding a small squeeze of fresh lemon or a slice of cucumber can enhance palatability without disrupting the ritual's benefits. However, avoid sweeteners, natural or artificial, as they can trigger an insulin response that interferes with morning metabolic processes, potentially leading to energy crashes or inflammation. If you're on a low-sodium diet due to medical conditions like hypertension, consult your doctor before adding salt, though the amount used here is minimal and generally safe for most people. Benefits and timeline. This habit isn't about drinking more water throughout the day, though that's beneficial too. It's about strategically breaking the overnight dehydration cycle to set your body up for optimal function. Within 24 hours, you may notice reduced joint stiffness and improved mental clarity as your brain and joints receive the hydration they need. After 1 week of consistent practice, many seniors report better digestion, increased energy, and even improved skin elasticity as the body's hydration status stabilizes. Over months, the cumulative effects can include reduced inflammation, better cardiovascular health, and a lower risk of dehydration-related complications, such as urinary tract infections or kidney strain. Take inspiration from Margaret, a 76-year-old who adopted this ritual after years of morning lethargy. Within 2 weeks, she reported feeling like a new person, with sharper focus and less joint pain during her morning walks. At age 75, I implemented this habit myself and have maintained it for nearly 2 decades. It's transformed my mornings, giving me the energy and clarity to tackle my day with confidence. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Habit 2. Circadian-aligned sunlight exposure. Did you know that missing the critical morning sunlight window can increase your risk of depression by 69% and disrupt sleep patterns within just a few days? A landmark study from the University of Colorado Boulder underscores the profound impact of morning light on senior health, revealing that 10 to 15 minutes of early sunlight exposure can reset circadian rhythms and boost serotonin production by 42% in adults over 65. This simple habit is one of the most powerful yet underutilized tools for maintaining mental health, sleep quality, and overall vitality in older age. The specific wavelengths of early morning sunlight, rich in blue and red light, activate specialized retinal cells called melanopsin receptors, which send signals to the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN, the master clock in the hypothalamus. This interaction synchronizes over 150 biological processes, including hormone production, e.g., cortisol and melatonin, body temperature regulation, immune function, and even nutrient metabolism. Robert, a 78-year-old retiree, struggled with insomnia and relied on sleep medications for years. By simply shifting his daily walk from the afternoon to the morning, he eliminated his need for medication within weeks, as the morning light realigned his circadian rhythm. The science behind it. Without morning sunlight exposure, your brain's melatonin production becomes dysregulated, leading to poor sleep quality, increased inflammation, and accelerated aging. Circadian misalignment also disrupts other critical processes, such as blood pressure regulation, glucose metabolism, and muscle repair. Research from Northwestern University shows that seniors with disrupted circadian rhythms experience faster rates of muscle loss, sarcopenia, and cognitive decline compared to those with stable rhythms. The effects are so significant that circadian health is now considered a key predictor of longevity and quality of life in older adults. Morning light is uniquely effective because it contains a higher proportion of blue light wavelengths, which are most potent for resetting the circadian clock. Afternoon or evening light, while beneficial for other reasons, lacks the same biological impact. Even brief exposure to morning light can make a difference, as it signals to your brain that the day has begun, triggering a cascade of hormonal and neurological adjustments that promote alertness, mood stability, and metabolic efficiency. How to implement the ritual. Step outside within 30 minutes of waking for 10 to 15 minutes of natural morning light exposure, even on cloudy days, as diffuse sunlight still provides sufficient wavelengths to activate melanopsin receptors. Avoid wearing glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses during this time, as they can filter out the specific light wavelengths needed for circadian reset. The light must enter directly through your eyes to be effective. Skin exposure alone won't suffice. If outdoor access is impossible due to weather or mobility issues, sitting near an open window can provide partial benefits, though it's approximately 50% less effective than direct sunlight. For those in northern regions with limited winter sunlight, a medical-grade light therapy box, emitting 10,000 lux of full-spectrum light, can serve as an effective substitute. Look for devices specifically designed for circadian regulation, and use them for 15 to 20 minutes at the same time each morning. However, natural light remains the gold standard when available. If you live in an urban area with limited access to natural settings, even standing on a balcony or near a street-facing window can work, as long as your eyes are exposed to unfiltered light. Benefits and timeline. The benefits of morning sunlight exposure compound over time, creating a virtuous cycle of improved sleep, mood, and physical health. Within 1 week, most seniors report falling asleep more easily, waking up feeling refreshed, and experiencing fewer mood swings. After 1 month, Consistent exposure can lead to measurable improvements in blood pressure, immune function, and digestive regularity as the body's internal clock stabilizes. Long-term, this habit reduces the risk of depression, enhances cognitive resilience, and supports muscle maintenance, all of which contribute to a higher quality of life. For example, Susan, a 70-year-old from Seattle, struggled with seasonal affective disorder, SAD, during the city's long, cloudy winters. By incorporating morning light exposure, either outdoors or with a light therapy box, she noticed a significant lift in her mood and energy within 2 weeks. At age 80, I've made morning sunlight a non-negotiable part of my routine, and it's been a game changer for my sleep quality and overall vitality. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Habit 3. A 4-minute cognitive priming routine. Why are you allowing your brain to lose approximately 30,000 neural connections every morning when a simple 4-minute routine could reverse this loss? This isn't hyperbole. It's based on neurological research into brain plasticity in aging adults. Neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School discovered that cognitive priming exercises performed immediately after waking increase neuroplasticity by 37% and improve executive function throughout the day. The early morning hours represent a unique opportunity for brain training because your neural networks are in a more adaptable state as you transition from sleep to wakefulness. This is due to elevated levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called miracle grow for brain cells, which peaks shortly after waking and gradually declines throughout the day. Margaret, 86, prevented significant cognitive decline during recovery from hip surgery by maintaining her morning mental routine. While physical therapy was postponed during her recovery, her cognitive exercises maintained brain function during this otherwise high-risk period. Skipping morning brain activation creates a cumulative deficit, accelerating cognitive decline and increasing dementia risk by 29%. According to longitudinal studies from the National Institute on Aging, each morning represents a critical opportunity to engage the brain's plasticity mechanisms, either positively through deliberate activation or negatively through passive activities that fail to stimulate neural growth. The damage of skipping this habit isn't immediately apparent, which is precisely why so many seniors neglect it until cognitive changes become noticeable, at which point significant neural connections have already been lost. Perform the 4-4-4 Morning Challenge. 1. Solve one simple math problem, recall one detailed memory, learn 4 new words, and 2. Visualize your day for 4 minutes total. This precise combination activates multiple brain regions simultaneously, creating what neuroscientists call cross-connectivity that 3. Strengthens overall cognitive resilience. The math problem activates your logical reasoning centers. Memory recall strengthens hippocampal networks essential for information storage. 4. Vocabulary learning builds language centers, and visualization engages planning and executive function areas in your prefrontal cortex. The specific 4-minute time frame is based on research showing that brief, intense cognitive engagement is more effective than longer, passive activities. To implement this effectively, prepare materials the night before, perhaps a math problem from a book or app, a memory prompt, such as recalling your 30th birthday, for new vocabulary words, and a simple visualization exercise. Your brain's neural connections form or fade with each morning's choices. Strengthen them tomorrow. The cognitive protection this habit provides is both immediate and cumulative. Within hours, you'll experience improved mental clarity and sharper decision-making. Within weeks, regular practitioners report better word recall and increased confidence in cognitive abilities. Within months, the habit creates measurable increases in cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to compensate for age-related changes or minor injuries. I've practiced this habit since age 70 and credit it significantly for my mental acuity at 94. Habit 4. Strategic mobility sequence. Are you unknowingly undermining your physical independence by adhering to outdated morning exercise routines that may exacerbate joint damage, particularly for those over 70? Conventional stretching protocols, often designed with younger, more resilient bodies in mind, can be detrimental to aging joints and connective tissues. According to a 2023 study from the Mayo Clinic, inappropriate morning movements can increase joint inflammation by up to 31%, contributing to pain and reduced mobility. In contrast, a carefully designed 7-minute mobility sequence, tailored to the physiological needs of seniors, has been shown to reduce joint pain and stiffness by an impressive 44% within just 2 weeks. This stark contrast arises because aging connective tissues, such as tendons, ligaments, and cartilage, undergo significant biological changes after age 70. Collagen fibers, which provide structural support to joints, become less hydrated, more brittle, and increasingly cross-linked, reducing their elasticity. These changes demand a gentle, progressive approach to movement that prioritizes warming the tissues rather than the aggressive stretching often promoted in fitness magazines, online videos, or generic exercise programs aimed at younger adults. For example, Thomas, an 85-year-old retiree, experienced a remarkable turnaround in his mobility after switching from a harmful stretching routine he had followed since his 50s to this strategic mobility sequence. Previously reliant on a walker due to worsening joint pain and stiffness, Thomas regained enough functional independence to walk unassisted within weeks of adopting this new approach. Why traditional stretches can harm seniors. Many common morning stretches, such as toe touches, deep forward bends, and rapid neck rolls, are ill-suited for older adults and can cause microdamage to aging tissues. Deep forward bends, for instance, place excessive compressive forces on spinal discs, which lose hydration and resilience with age, increasing the risk of disc bulging or herniation. Similarly, rapid neck rolls can compromise blood flow through the vertebral arteries, which often narrow with age due to atherosclerosis or degenerative changes, potentially leading to dizziness or even more serious complications. Even seemingly gentle movements, like seated spinal twists performed immediately upon waking, can generate shearing forces on the spine's facet joints if tissues haven't been adequately warmed. These micro-injuries accumulate over time, accelerating joint degeneration and undermining the very mobility seniors aim to preserve. The Inside-Out Mobility Sequence, a step-by-step guide. To counteract these risks and promote joint health, the Inside-Out Mobility Sequence is designed to follow a physiologically sound progression that prioritizes increasing core body temperature and blood flow before challenging joint ranges of motion. This 7-minute routine, ideally performed before breakfast, respects the unique needs of aging tissues and prepares the body for the day's activities. Below is a detailed breakdown of the sequence. Seated shoulder rotations, 30 seconds. Purpose: gently activates upper body circulation and warms shoulder joints. How to perform: sit in a sturdy chair with arms relaxed at your sides. Begin with small, controlled shoulder circles, gradually increasing the size of the circles over 30 seconds. Keep movement smooth to avoid straining the rotator cuff muscles, which are prone to stiffness in seniors. Benefits: enhances blood flow to the upper body, reduces shoulder stiffness, and prepares the arms for daily tasks like reaching or lifting. Seated marching, 1 minute. Purpose: engages core stabilizers and increases blood flow to the lower body. How to perform: remain seated in a firm chair with feet flat on the floor. Alternate lifting your knees as if marching, aiming for a moderate pace for 1 minute. Engage your core to maintain posture and avoid slouching. Benefits: activates hip flexors and core muscles, improves circulation to the legs, and enhances stability for standing and walking. Doorway chest expansions, 30 seconds. Purpose: counteracts the forward posture common in seniors, opening the chest and shoulders. How to perform: stand in a doorway with hands placed on the doorframe at shoulder height. Gently lean forward, feeling a mild stretch across the chest and shoulders, and hold for 30 seconds. Avoid overextending to prevent strain on the lower back. Benefits: improves posture, reduces upper back tightness, and enhances breathing capacity by opening the chest. Supported squats, 1 minute. Purpose: activates the body's largest muscle groups, quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, to boost metabolic activity and joint lubrication. How to perform: hold onto a sturdy counter or chair for balance. Slowly bend your knees, lowering into a squat only as far as feels comfortable, then return to standing. Repeat at a controlled pace for 1 minute. Benefits: strengthens lower body muscles, improves joint stability, and enhances functional mobility for tasks like sitting and standing. Seated ankle circles, 30 seconds per foot. Purpose: enhances lower extremity circulation and ankle mobility, critical for balance and fall prevention. How to perform: sit with one leg extended slightly forward. Rotate your foot clockwise for 15 seconds, then counterclockwise for 15 seconds. Repeat on the other foot. Keep movement smooth to avoid straining ankle ligaments. Benefits: improves ankle flexibility, reduces swelling in the lower legs, and supports confident walking. The impact of consistent practice. The first 30 minutes after waking are a critical window for determining joint health throughout the day. By starting your morning with this strategic sequence, you prime your body to move more efficiently and reduce the risk of injury. Most seniors notice a reduction in morning stiffness within just a few days of consistent practice. Within 2 weeks, cumulative benefits often include improved posture, decreased pain during daily activities, and greater confidence in movement. After 1 month, many report significant functional improvements, such as easier transitions in and out of chairs, improved ability to climb stairs, or reduced discomfort when reaching for overhead items. For example, the author, now in their late 80s, credits this mobility sequence as a cornerstone of their ability to maintain household tasks, such as gardening and cooking, that many peers have abandoned due to mobility limitations. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Habit 5. Protein Timing Nutrition Protocol. Did you know that eating the wrong breakfast foods accelerates muscle loss by 23% in adults over 70, regardless of your total daily protein intake? This finding from research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition challenges conventional nutrition advice that focuses on total daily amounts rather than strategic timing. Nutritional researchers at Tufts University Human Nutrition Center on Aging found that protein timing, not just amount, determines whether seniors maintain muscle mass or experience rapid sarcopenia. After age 60, your body's anabolic resistance increases significantly, meaning you need both more protein and more precisely timed protein to stimulate muscle maintenance. Most seniors consume their largest protein portion at dinner when the body's ability to synthesize muscle is already declining, while eating a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast when protein synthesis potential is at its peak. Barbara, 91, reversed 2 years of declining strength within months by simply changing when and how she consumed protein. She had been eating a traditional breakfast of toast, fruit, and coffee, a common pattern that provides virtually no support for aging muscles. The typical senior breakfast creates dangerous blood sugar fluctuations that increase inflammation, accelerate muscle loss, and compromise cognitive function for the entire day. Starting your day with carbohydrate-dominant foods triggers an insulin response that inhibits your body's ability to burn fat for the next several hours. It also fails to provide the essential amino acids needed during the morning hours when your muscle cells are most receptive to growth signals. For seniors, this missed opportunity is particularly costly because the anabolic window, the time when muscles are primed for protein synthesis, narrows with each passing decade. Consume at least 25 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of completing your morning mobility sequence, prioritizing eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie with added collagen. This specific amount is based on research showing that seniors need approximately 30 grams of high-quality protein in a single meal to overcome age-related anabolic resistance and stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Spreading smaller amounts throughout the day is less effective than this concentrated morning dose. The timing after mobility is intentional. Light physical activity increases blood flow to muscles and primes them to utilize protein more efficiently. For practical application, this might mean 2 eggs with cottage cheese, a Greek yogurt with added protein powder mixed in, or a smoothie containing whey or plant protein plus collagen, which provides specific amino acids that support joint and skin health. Avoid combining this protein with high glycemic carbohydrates like white bread or sweet fruits, which can blunt the muscle-preserving effects. Your body's anabolic window opens each morning. Don't waste tomorrow's opportunity for cellular repair. Within days of implementing this habit, many seniors report improved energy levels throughout the morning hours. Within weeks, most notice improvements in grip strength and reduced fatigue during daily activities. After 3 months, research indicates measurable preservation or even increases in lean muscle mass compared to steady declines in those maintaining traditional breakfast patterns. I followed this protein timing protocol religiously since my mid-80s and credit it substantially for maintaining functional strength well beyond what most of my peers experience. That's it, folks. The 5 morning habits that have kept me vibrant, independent, and medication-free at 94. These simple practices can transform your mornings and set you up for a healthier, more energized life at any age. What have you learned from these habits today? I'd love to hear about it. Please comment below with one thing you've learned and plan to put into practice in your life. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips to live your best life.